I thought it was a weird detail, until I realized the teeth were real, and then I started losing mine. This is the story of an obsessed collector, a doll never meant to leave the factory, and a disturbing mystery that begins with a smile. If you've ever browsed secondhand collector forums or dark web auctions, you've probably seen rare toys pop up, prototypes, misprints, factory errors. But some items, they were never supposed to be found. This is one of those stories, and it all begins with a Labubu doll that smiles a little too real. Jianhao had always loved the strange. Even as a child growing up in Ipoh, Malaysia, he would scavenge through junk markets with his grandmother looking for forgotten trinkets, wooden puppets with missing strings, tin robots with faded paint, wind-up toys that moved without winding. As he got older, his obsession narrowed. He became a collector of horror-themed vinyl toys. The weirder and more unsettling, the better. He had shelves, floor to ceiling, in a converted bedroom. Each display case glowed dimly with LED backlighting, casting elongated shadows over his prized possessions. There were grotesque bear bricks, sunny angels with cracked eyes, one-off figurines from underground Japanese brands, but his favorite was Labubu, the mischievous goblin-like creature created by Casing Lung and distributed by Pop Mart had a unique charm. Childlike but eerie, playful but slightly disturbing. He had over 40 variants, yet Jian wanted the one that no one else had. He found it late one night while browsing Toy Crypt, an invite-only dark web forum for hardcore collectors. He had joined through a shady Telegram link and verified his access by uploading proof of his rarest Sunny Angel. The listing was simple. Prototype Labubu V 1.0. Factory locked. One first. Real parts used. Bidding starts at $300. The username was XXBlankX, with no profile photo, no post history, just that listing. The photo was grainy. The doll looked off. The face was wider, the eyes more sunken, and its signature smile was filled with teeth that didn't seem sculpted or painted. They looked organic, yellowed, uneven, too human. Everyone in the comments flamed it. Weird bootleg, creepypasta bait, ugly fake. Next. But Jian, he didn't scroll past. Something about it gripped him. He bid $800 and won. 3 days later, the package arrived. No custom stamp, no return address, just a box wrapped in old Malaysian newspapers and sealed with what looked like melted candle wax. Inside was the doll, wrapped loosely in gray cloth. No box art, no branding, no certificate, just a folded note written in jagged block letters. Do not brush, do not feed sugar, do not stare too long. He laughed nervously. That kind of theatrical packaging was common in underground sales. But when he held the doll up for the first time, the laughter stopped. It was heavier than it should have been. Its mouth, open in a mischievous grin, was filled with real teeth. At first, Jian was euphoric. He took photos from every angle, posted them to Instagram and Reddit. Views exploded. The toy subreddit blew up with speculation. Are those real molars? It's probably dental resin. Chill. Yo, OP, this is nightmare fuel. He even made a YouTube short showcasing it in his collection, calling it the creepiest Labubu ever made. Within a day, it got 120,000 views, but almost immediately, things began to go wrong. On the second night, his dog, Miso, a usually excitable Shiba Inu, refused to enter the display room. She growled at the door, tail stiff, ears back. Jian shrugged it off. Then came the jaw pain. It started as a dull throb in the left molars. He assumed it was grinding in his sleep, but by morning, his gum was swollen, and one of his back teeth felt loose. He swore he hadn't bitten into anything hard. He made a dentist appointment. That night, he dreamed of smiling, over and over, grinning in a dark room with lights flickering, and behind him, a small figure watching, giggling. When he woke up, one of his molars was gone. No blood, just an empty space. He ran to the mirror, mouth trembling. The socket was clean, as if the tooth had been extracted professionally. Panicked, he rushed to the display case and froze. The Labubu was smiling wider. It now had one more tooth. He took a photo, compared it to the one from 2 days ago, counted. The doll now had 23 teeth. He posted about it on Toy Crypt. J1 and Void. Guys, I think this thing is stealing my teeth. One user DM'd him directly. Tooth eater. Check its mouth. Carefully. Record it. You're not crazy. He did. Each day the doll had one more tooth, and he had one less. The dentist's x-rays showed something he couldn't explain. Jian's roots were dissolving. No signs of decay. No infection. The dentist asked if he was on experimental meds. Jian lied and said yes. He didn't want to say, "A demon doll is stealing my smile." He tried hiding it, locked it in a steel toolbox, buried it beneath layers of towels. He even moved it to his friend Eric's apartment overnight. But each morning, the doll would return. Once, it was sitting on the sink, facing the mirror. Another time, it was tucked into Jian's own bed, its mouth slightly open, smiling wider than before. He stopped sleeping. He gagged at the taste of iron every morning. By now, he had lost 5 teeth. He tried fire. He lit a charcoal pit and tossed the Labubu in. The flames flared and then extinguished. The doll was untouched, warm but not burned. He tried burial. He drove to a hill temple, dug a hole near a sacred fig tree, and dropped the doll inside. He whispered an apology, begged the gods for forgiveness. The next morning it was back. This time, sitting on his pillow, with a new note folded beneath it. Smiles must be fed. That was the breaking point. Jian stopped posting online. Friends said he stopped answering calls. Neighbors reported strange humming sounds at night. Once, a delivery driver saw him staring out the window, mouth bleeding, cradling the doll like a child. Weeks passed. Then, one day, Jian was gone. Eric, his only close friend, let himself into the apartment with a spare key. The lights were off. Air was stale. The display shelves were empty. All but one. In the center of the room, under a spotlight, sat the Labubu, still grinning. Now with a perfect row of 32 adult human teeth. People still search for Jian Hao online. His Toy Crypt account hasn't been active in over a year. Some claim the original listing reappears every Halloween, posted by a new burner account with 0 karma. If you try to buy it, the listing disappears. But sometimes, just sometimes, a strange package arrives anyway. Wrapped in old newspaper, no return address, no receipt, just a doll, smiling and waiting for your teeth.